Welcome everybody to another episode of Banished with me, Vapor, and I've had a little go now. Kind of made a bit of a mistake at the end of the last episode. I didn't save it. Such an amateur mistake, so I had to kind of redo some of the things that we did in that episode. So if anything looks a little bit different, that could be why. As you can see, I've had my my work is really busy over here. Removed the gatherer's hut, we've removed all the trees and things like that. They're just kind of working on the herbs and the fruit, and I say fruit, probably more kind of like mushrooms and more rustic fruit, I would say, and some of the new trees that I've decided to try and grow, hence this being rather full, which I think it looks kind of cool when it's like that, especially with some of these new models. Also, what else have we done? We've put some grass down in here. I mean, you're thinking, yeah, this is grass, but obviously the path. And thank you to John again for the key pathway, I think it was, which you could never really block these little corners off, but I've put them in here. And I think even if I put a brick road in, it wouldn't look that out of place, because I kind of hate it when you get these weird kind of corners. And I've done the same here on this building. It just kind of joins the grass, you know, kind of much nicer. Got a little beer garden here for our fish and chips. As you can see, our food is really high. What I've done is I've converted some of these fields, so we've got strawberries, herbs most definitely we need, broccoli, and we've just gone down to one corn for the moment because we were producing so much corn, it was like literally ridiculous. Where is it? It's going to be none left now. Oh, there you go, look, 10, almost 11,000 just in there alone, so yeah, a little bit of overkill. What else? Oh yeah, we've got some of our houses. They're just waiting on the fancy homewares, which, do you know, we'll start producing those shortly. But we got a slightly smaller block. I know they have windows in the back, but I kind of like the idea of these just being very small worker houses and almost the same building. So there's no different, no kind of gap between, and I can put some of the wash in between there as well. Have a quick look what that is. No. The traders do seem to come an awful lot quicker than before, so I tend just to ignore them most of the time. Right, what else have we got? What else have I done? Oh, I've lowered the resource cap for fuel to 5,000 because it was just making too much. But my only concern is then, is that materials, dry goods? It's got to be, hasn't it? Because there's nothing here to say kind of fuel, so... Oh, wait a minute, fuel limit, so the coke fuel's limited, so that could cause me an issue. Tin, that's waiting on tin. Ooh, could be a slight problem there. Okay, I guess we're going to have to increase it. The reason I lowered it was basically it was using all of our wood. And we just, you know, I would have... literally could have had foresters just in this entire area. I mean, it's not very efficient. I could probably do with somewhere for them to drop the logs over here, some of people living closer, so I can make that better. I have put one here. It's only just to gather this small amount just for this kind of area. We've got another forge over here producing iron because we just, well, still don't really have enough. We're struggling for tools, and I've got another, well, it's a foundry, but it's essentially the same building. I've placed that in. Now, my tools were struggling to keep up, but now they're okay, so I think the issue was iron. And yeah, well, these are doing exactly what I need them to do. That's almost full of iron. That's almost full of logs, so he hasn't got very far to go to get their stuff. Now, if I watch him, speed it up. Do you know what? I had the game on 1 times speed earlier, and it's so, God, it's so slow you don't realise. Even ×2 seems slow, because I'm so used to playing at this speed. Now, where's he going? He's working. Is he going to go and put that in here? He is. We need a warehouse nearby. Okay, so what tools classed as dry goods? I'm going to pause it a second. Because, you see, that's not... I don't know there's 2 of them in there, but that's not very productive. So, have we got dry goods? One of these is, I think, isn't it? Fuel, iron, or maybe not. Where are you? I know there is one. Yes. Holy cow, that's a big building. It doesn't kind of go with this, but I could plonk it in behind this mine. I kind of want it here somewhere. It does look like a bit of a dockyard building though. I could imagine that fitting in here somewhere. What about... oh no. Decisions. I don't really want to be chipping away at the mountain, but it's only a little bit of a hill. I wonder... okay, let's see what we can do here. I don't... it's like I say, I don't like flattening too much, but just taking little bits off seems perfectly normal. I see this when they're doing, like, I'm gonna call them a motorway because that's what they are, but if you're American, the highways, they cut literally through. So just chopping the edges. I'm not going to be flattening things like this because I did it in the previous episode, and although it's quite useful, I don't really want to be doing that anymore. Let's have a quick look. How are we doing? Okay. It almost looks like it's actually sat in the mountain. So we need to get rid of this. Yeah, hopefully. That one, wasn't it? Oh, fitting there quite nicely. And we'll just put a stone road. Now that is a lot closer than it is over here. Now, as soon as I change that to bricks, that'll be even better. Right, people will find... oh my god, look at all that coal. Alright. Now what we need over here is a stacks burner, are they called? Yeah. That makes coke fuel, which the fuel refinery turns that in. So we'll do that while we're over here. This is going to be mainly industrial, and I'm trying to leave a little bit of space so I can do the decoration like I did here. So yeah, if it doesn't look like I'm not bunching things up, that is the reason. Stacks burner, here we go. Do you know, I think that'll fit in here quite nicely. But let me think. I think I'd rather have it closer to the coal. Let's go for about there. And I asked about the houses, and we're going to do that while we're here because we've got the food. And I think I said was it salt box? Yeah. Now I think I'm going to say jibber. I know it was either jibber or jabber. Or something to that effect. Posted me a wiki link about these houses because I said I was interested to know where they came from. Now, I've not had a chance to read it yet, but I'm going to read it, so hopefully we'll have some information about these. I'm guessing if you're American that you'll probably know what they are, but if not, the rest of us are going to have a bit of a history lesson. Right, let's have a look. I think I prefer the white ones, but I don't mind doing some different colours. I kind of like the idea of this facing the water, not that there's a huge amount. Let's think, maybe kind of there. Oh, we got our rice planter as well. I just saw that, and I think it looks quite nice. I don't know how much it's producing, but not a great deal. I'm guessing I can refine that or something into something else. Sorry, I need to check these because I'm looking for certain things. Well, maybe not from that one. We don't want animals. While we're here, we'll have a quick look at this. Now, I've mostly finished it now. It's hard to see because some of the trees have not grown. We still have this issue. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to remove that, but never mind. I think we're missing a tree there. But we're about done, I would say. This looks much nicer. Maybe we'll come back in spring when this all grows, but I think that as a wedding kind of area looks quite nice. I'm quite happy with that, but we'll come back and look. I mean, in fact, the whole thing looks great. I could probably put something here as well, but I'm not sure yet. I've got to think on that. Aha, this is what I wanted. So we need... I digress, obviously. From one thing to the next. How many do we need? 2, 4, 6, 10, probably 10 altogether. Can I afford it? Because they're not cheap. Well, we've got stone statues coming in now, not huge amounts. Oh, iron is taking forever. Overpaying, okay. 450, let's do some reeds. There we go. Yeah, stone is fine, probably because I've just wiped out this area here. And obviously the reason behind that is I said we were going to work on our docks. Whether we have time to start that in this episode, I'm not sure, but we'll have a look. But iron is a pesky problem now, since you don't get it as iron from the surface. It certainly is kind of harder to process. I could put more people in here, and I think, see, we can only put 5 people in these as well. So when I ask the question which mines are more productive, these don't hold as many people, so I guess the bigger ones are better in that sense. Okay, that's brilliant. So we got our dry goods here now. So if tools are dry goods, I'm hoping, oh, there's some stuff coming in here already. I'm hoping the tools go in there. We'll check back on that in a second. Right, so we've got our first house. Have we got lumber being produced? Because I keep switching them. Yep, but not a lot of logs. Right, let's get some more houses in. I've got a couple of people dying now. Which house would look best? I kind of like the blue one as well, but I kind of think this one fits kind of this a little bit better. I'm wondering where I could put his house out front, but I think it'd look a bit weird. So we're gonna modify this a little bit. We're gonna put his house out here. In fact, there's 2 people here, so. But maybe if it's a man and a woman, they'll get married. We'll put a little opening here or a pathway around. Actually, we'll put a pathway. Come round to their front door. I might even box that off a little bit, just to kind of separate this guy here. I'm overthinking it a little bit, but hey, that's, you know, that's how I end up with these kind of pretty little settlements. We're gonna put a couple in here. Yeah, I think, yeah, that'll be quite fine. I'll probably put a fence here if it'll let me. I don't know. So we've got quite a few houses there now. I'm not going to build any more. Even though I think if we shoot down here quickly, let's have a look. So homes 111, families 169. It's shot up quite a bit, but I'm going to be building houses down by the dockyard as well. What else have we got? 99% clothed, 95% educated, health is almost full, and happiness. Look at this, you know. Say what you must about the way I kind of play this game, but no, my people are happy and healthy. I think we've even got the try that again, the apothecary working as well now. I'm not sure if that's really helping the health, but no. Let's hope it is. Right, so we have a little bit of time left, so we can start laying the groundwork. Now remember, I remember the boats were coming across here, so I don't want to build out that way. So we're going to have to build across this way and have some more industry here, which makes sense with all the mountains around. But we need an easy way for people to get across here, so we need some bridges. Now, I don't think there was any new bridges. Go with a brick bridge. I like the idea of the drawbridge, but wow, I don't know if you heard that car horn. It's like it's gone 11 o'clock in the evening here. some loonies tooting. Right, I'm gonna have to just kind of tweak this a little bit. Oh god, that looks god awful, and that's why I don't like doing it. But we have to, unfortunately. I don't think I like this brick bridge, to be honest, but it's going to allow people to move a lot quicker, so I'm going to tweak the land here just a little bit more, just to get a pathway through. Let's see, yeah, that should be about right. again, like I say, I'm not going to mess with it too much because it doesn't seem right. Just need a little. They'll probably walk across that in all fairness, but we'll put a bridge in. What's this one? Brick. Okay. This is going to be red brick as well, and I hate red brick. Is that a street? Oh, that's not going to work very well, is it? Don't want to destroy that little stream. Oh, there we go. We'll take that. Right, so we've got that coming across here. I'm going to chuck in a stockpile here as well. It might be. I'll place it in. But I need to let those bridges build first. So if we just kind of... If we chuck it here, I guess. We'll pause that. Okay, we won't pause it. It won't let me. Well, that's fine. Oh, look. I'm guessing that's to do with the fact that they have to be able to walk on water to do these buildings over here. In a sense, I didn't actually need the bridges. But it would just look ridiculous, wouldn't it? So... never mind. Right, we'll do a bit of key wall, I think, while we wait for those to build. Let's have a look. I think we're just going to go pretty much straight. I'm going to put some of the various kind of buildings on here, but I will track what those boats do, just to make, you know, see if we can get it right. I'm going to let that build because I'm not sure if I need to come across one more on that one or not. And where's our flatten terrain tool? I think these little bits up here. Excessive mouse clicking. Get rid of these. New mouse by the time I finished. Right, that needs straightening off. So I'm thinking, now this is where my not using the flatten tool goes out the window. Now in the previous one I had a full-on harbour, and I want something very similar. I'm going to try and think. I think I did it off camera last time as well, so I could save it, but I might risk it. I'm wondering if, and I do like these little streams, so I don't want to interfere with that too much, but it does make it slightly awkward. Where does that go? Wow, it goes a long old way, doesn't it, from the mountain? It's a shame you can't tunnel downwards as well. Okay. Well, you see, he's going... Is he going to go straight through the land? No. So literally this kind of area I can't really build because they're going to go through it. And as much as it won't matter, I think it's going to bother me. In fact, let me know. What do you think? Before I start doing it, should I build outwards here? And when I say that, I don't mean these buildings. I mean a full-on quay wall, raised land. Because I think, if I do, I don't think the boat will divert around. I could be wrong. I could try it and see. And have like some of the industry here. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Should I do it here or here? I mean, I could still do fishing or something on that side, but yeah, I want your input on this one. It seems like a bit of a big decision, and I don't kind of want to do it and mess it up. And people be like, "Oh, you imbecile! Why did you do it that way? You should have done it the other way, or vice versa." Right. Oh, we got a stacks burner, so we will put in 2 people, 1, 2, and we will turn coal into coke fuel. And we will take our stone road. Where are we going to connect it to? Probably here. Let's leave a bit of a gap. There we go. Look at that, perfectly lined up. I wasn't even looking at that. And we need that changing to a stone road. There we are. That food is still, yeah, I think it's more than capable of supporting the population we have, without a doubt. We just put all these extra houses in now anyway, so that is definitely gonna... Oh, that looks well weird. I probably should have left a bigger gap between there. Let's hope none of our people are too fat. They won't get through. Actually, they're quite skinny people. I probably should have built that further back a little bit. Well, we've got a stonecutter, forester. Yeah. That's all good. I'm quite happy with that. Tools are fine. And I was tempted to build another smithy, but he's not putting his tools in there. And he's making them. That's interesting. Where is he putting them, I wonder? Unless they're just being taken out of there. Alright, I'm going to watch him again. Let's see what he does. I thought they laid them down here and someone picked them up. He did something then, but I don't quite know where it went. Ah, there we go. So who's going to pick this up? And them ones. Anybody? It's like watching paint dry. Okay, I like how they're filling these up. It's working perfectly. I've got all the iron in the world, all the log. Doesn't seem like anybody wants to pick them up. Okay, I'm not going to watch that anymore. Oh, somebody picked them up. It can't have been a child. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave the episode right there. So, until next time, as always, take care.